He doesn't love me for me.
Whoa, hold on one sec. Hold on one sec.
Sometimes I think that you wish I was like
no
a different person.
No.
Raise a glass for your best friend. You guys your best friend. Wind down with your best friend. You guys your best friend. Raise a glass for your best friend. You guys your best friend.
Hey guys, welcome back to
what the second
Episode 2.
Deuce?
Deuce or Deuce.
the second installation. Installation. Sound like a install a plumber.
It's really episode. Second episode of the I Can't Stand You.
I can't stand you. Sometimes I can't stand you. She says I can't stand you. That's the truth. I can't stand you.
Sometimes I can't stand you podcast.
Sometimes I can't stand you podcast. Why did we decide to call it Sometimes I Can't Stand You podcast? So
I think you came up with this. You came up with the name after our first episode. Got a little heated.
A little.
After the camera's finished rolling, the conversation continued.
Yeah, as always.
And you came in and you said, "You know what? What about that?" Sometimes.
I had a little inspiration.
Yeah, you called it. Sometimes I can't stand you. I can't. So.
I'm sure sometimes you can't.
Sometimes. A lot of times. At least it's truth. But I still love you, so that's all that matters.
Right?
Do it all.
What? Do it all, right?
Do it all.
But you know what? We are deciding on topics to talk about, and we spoke about, because there's a lot of these topics is something that we talk about like all the time, like on a regular basis.
We are definitely always in therapy, our own personal therapy.
and one of the topics we're talking about is monetary versus sentimental gifts. Right, because monetary is a very big a word for you. It's a very important word for you that you throw. So how,
it's more important to you, monetary.
Monetary? No, I'm saying the word. I'm saying the word. I'm not saying. Go ahead.
You know what I think it is? Oh. I think what it comes down to, I think that your love language and the way, that's a very trendy buzzword these days, but your love language is the way that you show your love, because you're not really a sentimental person, or you're not lovey-dovey per se, is the way that you show how you love somebody is through buying gifts, like monetarily. Like that's how you show your love, and that's how you measure, because the thing is, that's how you measure, or that's how you show you love somebody. And that's the thing, everybody's love languages, or the way everybody, that's how you give it, but that's not I think you get offended when that's not how somebody receives it, right? Go ahead. Am I right or wrong?
I don't think that
or you get offended, or your feelings get hurt, even though you act like you don't got feelings.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think when it comes to someone that you, even somebody that you care about, going out of their way to do something for you that you actually want, or something that you want to do, I feel like that's very important to people. I feel like that's important to everybody, because people might say, oh yes, well, that doesn't matter. But if somebody could get you a gift, if there's something that you've always wanted, if there's something that's been on your bucket list for a very long time, and the person that you're with works hard enough to make that happen for you, I feel like that's very important, because I don't feel as if I don't feel as if it's the money part of it. It's the
effort.
It's the effort that is put into it, and the time that is put into it. Because for you to obtain something for somebody that they want, that person themselves might not be able to get it, right? They might not be able to, because of many reasons. They might be
Financial reasons.
They might not not financial. They might not have a job. Or they might not have a job. Like say, like a child, they might not have a job, right? Or an adult, they might just have a singletary job.
Limited.
They might not have a job.
Limited income.
A limited income. But to me, when it comes to
so would you say that's one of your?
Hold on. No, I'm not finished yet. Hold on. But to me, when it comes to income, we all have share the same 24 hours. And I feel like when it comes to income, that is a mindset. Because I come from I see our mother, and Jerome could attest for that. The things that she was able to get for us, which is not much the things that we wanted, she had to work hard to get those things, right? And for me to put any value on work ethic is ridiculous to me. You understand? Because I come from a single parent home. I don't come from
I think that's two different topics.
What's that?
Because
it's
because
two different topics. How?
Because let me explain this. Because so with us, right? When it comes to monetary things, I have a job. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I have a job, right? I work. I go to work. I get my paycheck every 2 weeks, right? You work, you have a job, right? But your job, in terms of how much money you make, you make more money than me, right? So you have more funds available to you in order to go out there and spend. You always have had a job that made more money than me,
yes,
right?
But
and that's the thing. One of the reasons that me and you are together, or why, and Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to speak on your behalf, right? Is because I'm square. I'm telling you something. And one of the reasons he likes it is because part of me is because why you chose to settle down in a certain way, right? Is because of who I am. And part of who I am is I'm a square, right? I go to work, I come home.
It's a good mother. That's what it is. It's a good mother.
I'm a nurturing person.
It's a nurturing person. It has nothing to do with a square. It has to do because in a lot of ways you're not a square.
Okay, but the qualities that you found in me. And you correct me if I'm wrong. Would you settle down with that kind of person? Because you always tell me, okay, would you? Those qualities, part of me being how I am is because of how I grew up, right? Meaning I'm square. You know what I'm saying? That's part of who made me, why I am the way I am. You
nurturing,
know what I'm saying?
nurturing. Yeah.
Nurturing is because of the way I was grown up. That 2-family household. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a big part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're getting off topic, but I feel like you're because this is going to bleed into the other topic versus in terms of what was the other topic? Gender roles.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's you've always known me as long as you've known me. I was a 9-to-5 working girl. You know what I'm saying? I had my 9-to-5 Monday to Friday. You know what I'm saying? So we've always had an issue with presents in our household because he can go and buy me take me on trips, you know what I'm saying, and buy me more expensive things where the job I have and my means don't allow me to do those things. When we first met and I only had one child, I was living at home, didn't have a mortgage, didn't have things. I used to buy you gifts all the time. Yes or no?
Yeah, very true.
Okay. So, but now that I have more responsibilities, I can't do that anymore. And I will buy him things, yes, and I will make sure I plan in my head, okay, this picture, I'm getting this, okay, I have to save my certain little money, save my little shillings to buy him a shoe he might like or whatever. But I can't take him on trips. I can't do those things that he can afford to do because he makes more money than me. And that just comes from another topic that we're married, right? But we don't share the same bank account.
Yeah.
So it's like my money is my money, his money is my money. But you see, I'm joking around because I have no money to share. I have no money to share.
Exactly. But you see how.
But he gets offended. He feels a ways, and it's not. I don't. I feel like we should change our situation where the money just goes in one pot, so that we can each buy each other.
No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
It's not like my.
No, that doesn't make that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense.
But you understand what I'm saying?
No, but I hear what you're saying. But when you think that because in your mentality you think because okay you work your job, I work my job, and then I make this amount of money because it just happens to be that way.
No, but you can work the way that your work is set up, babe, is you can.
No, it's not the way it's set up. It's the way I.
But babe, I could go to work and still make. No matter how long I work, I'm still gonna make the same amount of money. I don't have. There's no more money for me to make. You understand? There's a top up of no. Even if I go to work and I work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, one day for 12 hours a day, I would still make the same amount of money.
Well, let me ask you this, right? So, do you ever take the initiative to say, you know what? Let me try to do something else that might bring a little more income into my life, so I might maybe able to
afford these things.
Not even afford, just a little push, a modicum, right? A little push you like a little bit over the edge. Do you ever think about that?
I have thought about those things, but that just comes down to I'm not like, you see, any little thing I did extra, like even the liquid gold thing I did, you pushed me to do that. You know what I'm saying? I had like, that wasn't like, if it wasn't for you, and when it wasn't for you and like other people in my life pushing me, I would never do, because I don't have that entrepreneurial spirit naturally. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm good. Like right now that you set up this podcast, yes, this is great. You know what I'm saying? I can, once I'm put in the position, I can do it, but I need that push. I need that. That's just how I am, babe.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I understand that, but what you have to understand is that
he doesn't love me for me.
No, but
he wants me to be, and that's another. Hold on, that's another thing for.
So how is somebody? So how is some? So how?
But hold on,
hold on a second.
Leads into gender roles.
Whoa! Hold on one second. Hold on one second. How does someone that wants you to be a better you does not love you for you because they want you to be a better you?
No, okay, I didn't mean it like that. But sometimes I think that you wish I was like a different person.
Sometimes I wish you just listen. There's a difference.
I feel like I was that girl that get up and go. Like I was that kind of like.
But all you need to just listen. Like this, it's a small thing. It's not the big things. It's the small things that people do. That, just like I said, that with me. It's a small things that I have to do, even if I have to get up on a weekend and do something on the weekend that pushes me to that extra level in order for me to get to what I need to get to, or pay for the things that I need to pay for.
Or you'll say, babe, I want to do this, and then he wants me to like go ahead and sort it all out. I need like us to do. I'm more of a like.
No, I want you to take. No, it's not about that. It's about taking the initiative.
I just said that, and you said no, it's not about that.
But what?
I said
you want me to
take the initiative, and you said no.
No, but you said
it's more about going out of your way, right?
Exactly.
There's taking initiative or going out of your way and going extra mile.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about.
I go extra mile on other things, but those are the things he doesn't, because it's not monetary, he doesn't hold value.
What
is that?
Meaning, I will go out of my way, and like me as a mom and a wife, I will always put myself last over everybody else. It's always in my mind when I go to the grocery store. It's what am I going to cook for you? What am I going to make my kids for lunch? I'll just eat the scraps. I'll just figure something out for myself. That's always me. That's me going out of my way and putting other people first. But you don't hold value to those things.
Really?
You don't.
Really? Really? Okay, so let me ask you this. When you say that, like, I really appreciate these things. If we go to the mall today, right? And I say, okay, you want something? It wouldn't have to be a birthday. It doesn't need to,
So is that your way of showing that you appreciate?
No, hold on one second.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be your birthday for me to get something that you
Really
like,
like,
that you've
yeah.
been that you've been ogling, you've been eye ogling for the whole time, like, oh my god, I really, and then all of a sudden I say, you know what,
But I understand, babe.
Now
That's
you
you going. Hold on.
now you're doing butts right now. What
No,
but what are we doing? What are we doing butts? But I'm saying this right. What are we talking about right now? You're saying that I don't put
So then,
I don't put
why
value.
do you feel a way when I buy you? Just what did I buy you the other day? And you're like, this is it. Like
What's
that's
that?
what you got. Oh, Father's Day. Father's Day. I got you. My gift was super sentimental, and the way that he reacted, it actually hurt my feelings. His best friend just passed away recently. RIPD. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, Father's Day is coming up. I want to get him something, but I'm gonna get him a T-shirt with D's because I'm gonna get him a T-shirt with D's. I thought about, okay, let me get him something that pertains to D, because that was his best friend for Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? A more of a sentimental gift. You know what I'm saying? So I got him a T-shirt made. I even designed the T-shirt. I didn't just put a picture of D. I designed it. It was like a more of a graphic tee, right? I got it made for him, and also I took him out for brunch. I gave him oh, what else did we got you? Something else. Oh, a mug. It was because he was saying that I have a to-go mug for my coffee, and he was saying that he wanted one as well, right? So I got him one. I'm like, okay, let's get you one of that's what me and Moon got you one of that. A T-shirt, the mug, to-go mug, and taking him out for brunch. I gave him the T-shirt, and then he liked it at first.
No, I liked it at first.
At first you're like, yeah, I like
first?
it. Yes, at first. And then we're upstairs, you're getting ready, you're like, oh, only moms get expensive gifts.
What's that?
You did not say that?
No.
How come only the women get expensive? So what did you say? Because you said something.
I said only the women get expensive. My thing.
Yes, did you not say that?
My thing is this, but
no.
Pause. No.
Did you not say that?
I don't remember that we're having a conversation. But even if I did say that, which would be a fact.
But why would you say that? Which means that you didn't appreciate the gift I gave you. Why would you need to say that?
No,
that's insulting.
It's a fact though.
But that's insulting. I just gave you a sentiment to give a T-shirt. And it's not the T-shirt was cheap. It wasn't a $20 T-shirt.
It was a $40 T-shirt. $60.
No, it was a $75 T-shirt.
But that's just to make the T-shirt. But the thing is, that's a $75.
And that wasn't it. I don't like I said the T-shirt and done. And then we went out for brunch.
Yeah.
And he had to. But why would you even make that comment? That maybe because you don't because it was just at that point it was just a T-shirt for you.
No, it's not. It's not just. It wasn't just a T-shirt.
You didn't appreciate it.
No, it wasn't just a T-shirt.
Did you appreciate it?
Yes, of course I appreciate it.
Why did you make that?
Of course I made it. But the fact is, obviously there was other circumstances that went along with that conversation for that to do.
What was other circumstances?
I remember.
There was no other circumstances. You were up.
When did you give him the T-shirt?
On Father's Day.
He was feeling away from the whole day. The whole day he was like,
no, but that was in the morning, Jerome. It was we were upstairs getting ready to go for brunch, and he's like, oh, only moms get expensive gifts.
But so hold on. That was literally. Hold on one second. Where did that conversation derive from? It didn't. You act like I just. So I just said it. No, that's a lie.
Moon.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
I swear to God.
That's a lie. You got to tell me where the conversation derived from.
And we were upstairs getting dressed.
So I just said this. Just to play it.
Just said it.
So who got the gift and made me say that?
What?
Somebody would have to get. It has to be. Listen, that for me to say that, it would have to come from someplace.
What do you mean someplace? We weren't having a conversation.
It had to derive from someplace else.
So what I got?
No, it had to derive from someplace, some conversation.
You were not having no conversation.
So out of blue, I just jumped.
Yes, babe. Because what you were trying to imply is for Mother's Day, he took me to a spa, right? He took me to a spa for Mother's Day. Because and it's the thing is, I always have to tell him what I want. He doesn't tell me what he wants. I always have to. I'm like, for Mother's Day, I called him. I said, babe, I had to hit Melvin. We're going to this spa for I had to put the bait out there. Mel and I were going for this spa. I'm like, that sounds like it'd be super fun. And then he did say, yes, you want to go? You want to go to a spa? I'm like, yeah, I would love to go. Then he made it happen. You understand? But yes, that and it was obviously a spa is going to be more expensive than a t-shirt. Yes, it is. But my and I appreciate it. We had fun, both me and you. I appreciate spending the time with you. You came. We had a great time at the spa. Yes, I got you a t-shirt because it was sentimental because your friend just died, and I thought that's really what I like.
So let me ask you a question. Did you ask me what I wanted? For Father's Day? No, I'm saying, did you ask me what I wanted?
No, I never asked you.
You didn't ask me what I wanted. How come you never asked me what I wanted?
Did you ask me what I wanted for Mother's Day?
Yes, I did.
You're lying. Oh my God, I called you and said this to you. You never asked me.
No. I asked you. Listen, hold on. All I'm gonna say, I asked you what you want to say. You're like, anything. She's like, you know, anything. We could just go for dinner. Anything's fine. I asked you originally. Don't say that. Now you're lying. Now you're lying for the camera.
That was for my birthday.
No, it wasn't.
That was for my birthday when you said, babe, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I said, I don't want to do nothing. Dinner is fine. Yes, it is. You never asked me for Mother's Day.
No, it wasn't.
He has selective memory.
Yes, I did.
Let's move on because
We're
now you're making up shit because it sounds bad.
You see, I'm gonna block you. You see, I'm gonna block you because you're lying.
No, it sounds bad, and
I'm gonna block you because you're lying.
I'm not.
No.
Yes, you are.
How would it sound bad?
I don't lie.
How would it sound bad?
You're telling me I'm lying, and you can't even remember how the story went. How are you going to tell me I'm lying?
What story?
About why you said that.
Because you know what? You can't tell me where that derived from.
I'm telling you, you just said it. You were up.
You said I
can tell you, we were upstairs.
I just came upstairs.
Can I tell you exactly?
You know, mothers get the big gifts. Like,
yes, exactly what happened. Can I tell you exactly the scenario?
Exactly what happened.
You were sitting, you know our dresser? Yeah. You were sitting down on the, like how you always sit, and your feet were on the bed, and I was ironing. Right. And you're like, so only mothers get expensive presents, eh? And
why?
Babe, you just said that.
So I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden
you made a comment. Yes, because you said it because you didn't appreciate the T-shirt. That's why. It's not a lie. I'm telling you guys, it's not a lie.
It's a blatant lie.
It's not. So you tell me what happened then.
If I could remember what
you don't even remember. So how are you telling me it's a blatant lie?
If I could remember,
you're lying. You don't remember. You're lying.
No.
You are lying because you can't even remember. But you're telling me I'm lying, and I'm telling you this is what happened.
No, that's not what happened.
It sounds bad. It sounds bad. I know it sounds bad.
Why would it sound bad?
Because you're trying to say you wouldn't just. You did say that, babe. You said it. Oh my God.
Well, I didn't just say that.
Yes, you did.
It had to come from somewhere.
No, it
had to come from somewhere.
You made a comment.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true. If I made a comment, it's because it came from someplace else. Look at this. Down there for me. I'm gonna turn off the phone.
It's our daughter calling. It's her daughter.
Yeah, we just dropped this one.
I'm just saying it's her daughter.
But anyways, there's no way for me to say. I don't say things just out of the blue just to say things.
You did.
I don't.
You said it because you said it.
When have you known me to say things out of the blue without there being a trigger for me to say something?
The trigger.
No, it wasn't because I appreciated.
Why
I
are you
appreciate the
T-shirt. You
T-shirt.
did not.
No,
and can I tell you what happened? You made that comment. You made. No, I don't care.
I was talking.
You made that comment. You're lying. You made that comment, and then I got super quiet. Because it hurt my feelings because you said that, and then you came upstairs. You went downstairs. You came behind me when I was on. You're like, babe, I appreciate the T-shirt, babe. And I said, thanks, babe. You don't remember that?
I remember that.
I can tell you exactly what happened, but I'm lying.
Well, hold on. No, I'm saying I remember that, but I'm telling you that it derived from someplace.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you. Okay. It derived from someplace.
What place? Tell me the place.
I don't know where.
Exactly. You're back to wall.
I don't know where. I don't know where it derived. We know it derived from someplace else.
Next topic.
We know it derived from the place.
Next topic. So gender roles, because this kind of bleeds into it. Gender roles.
Gender role.
Okay. Are you like believe in traditional gender roles?
Traditional gender roles?
Yeah.
Like meaning, expand on that.
Traditional gender roles, like the man should go out and work and the woman should stay at home and cook and clean and take care of the kids, or a woman has certain like traditional gender roles. Like when it comes to that, are you a traditional person, or where you'd say you're more modern, where you wouldn't mind staying home with the kids and looking after the kids while the woman went out to work? Like gender, like what?
No, I wouldn't do that. If that's, I don't think the traditional. I don't know if I'm fully traditional. I like that. I like a woman that knows how to take care of her kids and knows how to cook and still know how to work, right?
Do all the things.
Yeah, of course, because
Can I ask you a question? Where do you think traditional gender roles derive from? When you say traditional, because let's just
traditional.
What is traditional to you? Where did it stem from?
That stems from a man working and a woman staying at home and cooking and cleaning.
While the man worked, so the woman's job was to stay home and cook and clean and look after the kids, while the men went out and worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think in this day and age, that doesn't really, unless you have a job that you make an exorbitant amount of money, right?
For the man, you're talking about the man?
Yeah, for the man, right? Because even if it was a woman that made an exorbitant amount of money, like, I don't know if, like, cause some men would feel a way about that anyways, right? But back to say, if you're a man that makes an exorbitant amount of money, a woman can stay home, but nobody wants a woman that's just sitting home doing absolutely nothing. Because when you sit home doing absolutely nothing, I think that makes you like, I wouldn't say complacent.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Lazy, like not lazy, but complacent. You know
when you say he'll stay home doing nothing, like not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of the house.
No, cooking and cleaning, but it's just so much cooking and cleaning you're gonna do. And realistically, even if you have that amount of money, usually people have maids. realistically, they have maids that come home and help them clean up their house.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about traditional gender. We're talking about
like a man goes to a job and
he has enough money, right? Not exorbitant amount of money, but he has enough money where the woman is able to stay home and look after the kids instead of paying the money to just say send them to daycare or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? The woman's able to stay home and look after the kids and take care of the household.
No, I like a woman that's able to go outside and work and do, and she doesn't have to make like a crazy amount of money. Like if I'm making like exorbitant of money, that's different. But it's always better when two people could come together, right? And their income make up to make your lives easier. You understand what I'm saying? Because no one wants to be, because even as a man, it doesn't matter who you are, the weight of that still weighs on you, no matter who it is. Because I hear guys talk about this all the time, even if a man, like, oh yeah, I know lots of men the guys that I work with, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, my wife stays at home and like she's there. Like sometimes they want to leave, sometimes they go to work to get away from their wives. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. So what? Because if she was actually doing something else, he wouldn't have to worry about going back there and seeing her all the time, right? Because it's not, you don't want to see, like, you want to see each other, but you guys need that space in order to move around. She needs time to like get around other things and get a kind of a hustle, right? Going on with her, not just sitting in one place and just waiting for things to happen. Because people that wait for things to happen, that's just like.
So you don't consider women looking after a home and taking care of a home a job? Wouldn't consider that a job?
Well, you can hire a housekeeper for.
That's not what I'm asking. You're talking about hiring. I'm talking about traditional gender roles. We're not talking about hiring a housekeeper. I'm asking you, a woman that stays home and looks after the house, you don't consider that a job?
Stay at home, look at home,
and looks after the kids.
It's
and
a job if you're a
house.
maid. That's if your job is you're a maid.
I don't understand why.
That's a maid.
What's the difference?
That's a maid.
But babe, you're not.
That's a maid. I could hire a maid to come do the same thing. I hire 25 to come do the same thing.
So it's a job, right?
I could hire a maid to do the same thing.
Why are you saying that? Why? I don't know.
So hold on. So that means I'm paying you to stay home. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
That's what it sounds like.
No, what I'm trying to explain to you, what I'm not explaining, what I'm trying to say is that you don't value somebody looking after the household as work, as a job. You don't hold any value to it. You don't hold any value to it.
Let me tell you something. I do hold value because I feel as if like,
and that's what I'm asking you. Do you believe in traditional gender roles?
Hold on, because I could do.
So you don't believe in?
I could do a lot of that stuff myself. I could do all that.
But
I could cook my.
But you don't do that. You don't. How often do you do this?
Listen, I don't do it because
you can't. Exactly.
I don't do it because you.
But my point is,
but I can't. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be.
Okay,
Listen, hold on a second. I wouldn't be like.
I do it, right?
I could work. I could work.
You can. We all have 2 hands and 2 feet. Yes, you could do. Yes, you could do it.
I could work. Come back home, cook myself. I could hire a maid if I want to, and make her come in the house and come clean up after me once a week.
So you would value a maid doing that. You would think, yeah, this is a valuable job. Here, you came and do this for me. Here's some money. You would because she's coming to clean your house and not her own house, right? So another woman cleans other people's houses. It's a job, but if she cleans her own house, it's not a job.
Because that's her career. That's what that's her career.
That's her occupation.
Yes, that's her occupation.
Babe,
that's her occupation. She's a maid. That's what a maid does. You're saying that somebody's supposed to put value, supposed to pay you to stay home to look after your own house.
I didn't say pay. You're the one that said pay.
You know what? It's like
you're the one that said pay.
You know what? It's like
you're the one that said pay.
No, it's like when you pay. I always look at things when you pay your kids to clean their room, and you pay your kids to do dishes. Like when I actually look at that, I'm like, do you know? Like you're setting up a kind of mentality for them to like to lose it. Somebody has to pay in order for me to clean my house. Like I have to clean. You have to pay me to clean my room.
No, it's just showing your worth ethic. It's just showing you. It's just.
But it's your room.
But for kids,
it's your room.
Yes, you don't have to pay them.
It's your room.
You don't have to pay them. But
clean your room.
I didn't grow up with an allowance either. I don't feel like it's a black people thing. I really don't think that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about traditional gender roles. So when I say you don't put value on it, is that I am a traditional. Right? Like, I feel like I have traditional ways when it comes to, like, what a woman should do in the house, what a man should, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see me, babe. I get up, you go to work, I cook, clean, you know what I'm saying? I do all the things, right? But I don't, and I think you appreciate me when I say not appreciate, you expect me to do those things, right? Because I'm the woman of the household, right? You expect that from me, right? But I don't think you appreciate it. Because when I come in and I'm like, wow, babe, even today, perfect example, today, I woke up, you saw me, woke up 8 o'clock this morning, same time you woke up to go to work.
You know why you say you don't appreciate? Because if I don't say thank you, and if I don't say okay, you know this, please listen to me.
You know what makes me feel like you don't appreciate it? Yesterday, okay, for example, we were on the road all day, right? I drove the whole time. I drove home. I drove the whole time. Whole weekend I drove, right? While you slept in the car when we came here, right? I came home. What did I do? I started cleaning the bathroom. I made sure I washed the dishes, right? Okay. He comes in after he sets up the whole hour and a half here, 2 hours. Okay. Sits down. I'm tidying up the place. Then you just start making, you start cutting the coconut in the thing. I'm like, you see me it's like you're not considerate. You see me just come in and try to clean up the place. Then you start taking the chili out the thing, left the pot in the sink. Like, I just finished washing the dishes.
Hold on. Where was the pot supposed to go?
Yeah, okay. You think he has 2 hands, as he said, right? You think he would even say, okay, I know she just finished washing dishes. Let me just wash the one pot. Let me just wash this one pot, because I know she just finished. I saw her come in and just finish washing all the dishes. The kitchen was clean. I came in. I washed this. I used this one pot. Let me just wash this one pot.
What did I do with the pot?
He put water in it and left it there to soak for me. Thank you.
I left it there for soak for you?
Yes.
I never left it there for soak for you. You decided to listen. You decided to wash it. I left it there to soak because I understand how the chili is. When you left it, you have to put water in there.
So you're gonna come back and wash it?
I didn't say I was gonna go watch it, but
so you left it there with soap for me?
No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily.
So who did you leave it for?
Listen, if you want to wash this, you wash it.
So you're gonna just leave it? Who's gonna wash it? You were gonna wash it?
No, but I don't.
Thank you. That's my point. But that's my point.
Anyways.
That's my point. He's not. It just being considerate. Like, okay, I see her she just came in. I see her just clean up the bathroom. Yes, these are the things I'm supposed to do, and that's fine. I'm not telling you to do it, but I'm just saying be a little bit more considerate to just to clean up.
Water in there wasn't considerate?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Why?
Because to just clean up after yourself, or when you take the plate, right, and whatever the chili, you open the pot and there's like residue of the chili on the pot, you just picked up the thing, you don't even okay, let me wipe the counter, nothing, babe, nothing. You're not considerate like that. Right. It's like, you look at it, it's like it's my job, like I'm a maid. You really you say that's a maid, but you look at me like I'm a maid.
No. I look at you. I don't look at you as anything. Right?
So then why would you not clean up after even yourself then?
Okay. Let me ask you this, man. So we just came back from out of town, right?
Yeah.
We just came back from out of town, right? And if you want to talk about considerate, right? If you want to talk about considerate, right? We went out of town and for our daughter's thing, and I spend an exorbitant amount of money outside. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And I had to, and I was tired. Even when I got there, I was tired. Remember that, right?
Why were you tired?
Why was I tired? What was I tired?
I'm asking you.
You know the real reason I was tired? Because after I got my nails done, everything, all this other stuff, right? And we came back here. People were back here, right? Mel and them came over. It was just a lot of energy that was in the house already. A lot of energy, but a lot of stuff was going on in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't sleep when all this energy. It's not like it's not like it's not like we're here by ourselves and then you could sleep. There was a lot of energy. Moon's up. Like hold on one second. Did you not? And then I came upstairs and I said, you know what? You were even sleeping when I came upstairs, right?
Why?
I'm saying you're sleeping when I came upstairs. Right?
I finished doing
yes,
what?
Yes, fine. You're sleeping and I came upstairs, looked for some clothes I need, took some clothes down. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? It was a lot of energy. There was a lot of energy.
Oh my god.
There was a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like that before, what do you call that anxious energy before you left to go somewhere. There was this anxious energy that was in there that I couldn't sleep. I was tired as hell and I couldn't sleep because I was so anxious. Like, okay, I don't even have shit packed. Like shit, I didn't even have nothing. I had nothing packed.
Babe, remember I came downstairs and why did I even fall asleep? Because I was upstairs packing the stuff and I came downstairs to you and I
packing
said,
your stuff.
I came downstairs.
Pack my stuff.
Can you let me tell?
I'm asking, did you pack my stuff?
I came downstairs
Hold on.
I
Tell
said
the camera
to
to
him,
pack my stuff.
I came downstairs. Yes, I did start packing. I packed your pajamas. I packed your underwear, socks. I know the necessities, right? But I don't know what he wants to wear. So I came downstairs to him and I asked him, babe, what do you want me to pack for you? Did I not? I didn't come down to say that to you? Yes or no?
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. And what did I say to you?
You didn't say nothing. You told me one thing. You told me the orange outfit.
Yes, because I was undecided. I was tired, weary.
So I asked him. I'm not just a pack. You're grown. Moon, even Moon, I don't pack her clothes. I ask her what she wants to wear, and she tells me. So I'm gonna pack your clothes.
There's only a few things I'm gonna wear, realistically.
And then I pack it, and then he's like, "Why'd you pack me this?"
What'd you pack me? And I said, "What'd you pack me?"
No, I'm saying then I would have packed you what I thought you should wear, and you wouldn't have liked it.
That's not true. I just wear anything. That's not true. That's a lie.
Anyways.
That's a lie. But anyways, we're veering off topic right now. We're spiraling into a madness of topics right now. But.
Gender roles. Okay, I don't mind. I'm very traditional when it comes to a lot of things. Even when it comes to a lot of relationship things, would you not say I'm very traditional? I am one of those born in the 80s, come from that ride or die situations, ride or die mentality. Yes, I've evolved in my thinking, and yes, I'm just not going to put up with anything, but I think I'm very, and even especially the way I seen that my mom, I think I'm very much like my mom. You know what I'm saying? And I think I've definitely fallen I'm more traditional than I am more the modern woman. I will give me, if you're rich, breed me and I'll stay home. Look after the babies, clean your house top to bottom, do all the things. Would you not say I'm that kind of girl, babe?
Definitely.
Okay, but I just want to be appreciated for doing those things at all times.
But I think you are.
But you don't put value in it, babe.
You are appreciated.
Because there were times you'll be like, oh, what money? Even I pay the bill. We both pay bills in the house, right? We both pay bills. Doesn't matter. We don't need to divulge, but we both pay bills because I go to work and I don't keep my money in my pocket for myself. Yes or no? Do I keep my money in my pocket for myself, babe?
the point that
we
we're
both
making
pay bills, right? But
is
he doesn't put value in the little bills the pills that I actually let me say little because I pay bills. He doesn't put values in the bills that I pay. So enough times do I not say to you, all right, then he's like, oh, all right, then I don't make no money. I'll just stop working. No problem. My money doesn't mean nothing. What I do, I go to work. It doesn't mean that he even doesn't even put value in the job. Yeah, I have a 9 to 5 desk job. He's like, oh, you don't. He doesn't consider it a job. Okay, perfect. I'll stop working. I will stop working.
It's barely.
It's barely. You know me gladly, babe. You tell me, babe, stop working, stay home. I'll breathe you one more time. You stay home. You think I wouldn't do it? Okay, I am not that kind of woman.
I don't know if you're ready for the next one right now.
But babe, you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, but I hear exactly what you're trying to say. But still,
you don't put value.
No. But like you said, the way how I put value on things is separately from where I put value on things based on things that you actually want for yourself. That's how I put the value on it. That's how I show.
What do you mean?
That's how I show my appreciation by doing things for you that when it's not an occasion. If it's not an occasion, I'll do something for you that's not an occasion.
We're going back to the sentimental.
Yeah, exactly. No, what you said that it bleeds in, and it actually does bleed in because realistically, there's not.
That's how you show your appreciation. That's how you show you appreciate the things I do around the house by buying me things.
No, it's not only.
He does.
He
does spoil me, guys. He does spoil me. He does. But I just want him to be more verbal with it. But and that's the thing. And that's the thing. Everybody shows their love in different ways, and people receive love in different ways. Would you not agree?
Of course.
And I think that sometimes, because people don't appreciate your love language, your thing, the way that you show love might be, I think a lot of it is, buying people gifts or buying little things, being out there and buying gifts, right? You do those things, but sometimes, and then you might get offended when I appreciate it, but when not everybody, you know what I'm saying, puts value on those monetary. Yes, it's nice to have it, but especially the kids, they're gonna be, oh, thank you, daddy. They don't know. Kids do not know the effort.
We know that kids don't know.
Kids kids can't measure it, but sometimes But
I think that when it comes, I think that when it comes to kids, you have to.
Hold on. Let me just finish the sentence. You might not understand that everybody doesn't. You get offended or feel away when people. That's not how people receive love. Just because you show it that way, that's not might be the way that someone receives it. So you have to understand. Okay, yeah, I know that your love language is received. Like, do you appreciate, babe, when I call you babe? I'm like, babe, and this is the way I show love, because I say I don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? So I try to show it in the other ways by, like, even this morning. Yeah, he gives me like Saturdays. Every other morning, Monday, Friday, I get up, I make your lunch, breakfast, dinner, right? Most of the times. And that's the thing with you. You're not really, if you come home one day and I don't cook dinner, you're not gonna be mad.
Exactly, I don't care. Like, I don't care.
You'll be like, what are we having? Okay, let's order something. You know what I'm saying? But because I want to show you that I appreciate you going out to work, I go out of my way. That's my way of showing that I appreciate you, and I want you to come home to a cooked meal. And I've always done that for you. Yes or no?
That's true.
Okay, so that's the way I show my. You understand? That's the way I show my love and show I appreciate what you do.
And repeat what you just said. No, based off what? Based off you appreciate me doing what?
Going out and working, and I appreciate it. But that's the thing. That's the way I show my love. But when I'm not when I can't, I do it in the ways that I can. Yes, I would love, babe. You think I would not love to say, babe, let's go, pack your bags, let's go? You think I would not love to do that?
But it's not about that. It's not about what. That's what you're not understanding. It's not about that. It's about small little efforts. It's not about big.
It's true. I understand what you're saying.
It's not about
the other day I went to the store and I came back with a t-shirt for myself, and he's like, you ever thought about buying me a t-shirt?
Yeah, that's true, but you understand, because I see you do things all the time, and that's the point. I see you do things all the time.
But go ahead.
See, now you cut me out. See,
go ahead.
I see you do things all the time. I pay attention to you buy things all the time, order things all the time, and I've never seen you order things. I don't get anything if it's not an occasion.
I understand. I will work on.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know that.
And that's what I mean by small things. Like, if you're getting things like in between, and this is why other people like you won't feel away. Like, if I just imagine if somebody just gives you stuff like only on you're only on Valentine's Day you get something. Only on your birthday you get something. You know what I mean? That person, I don't feel like that person's actually. It feels like you're almost forced to do it. It's never a point where you're actually thinking, you know what? I'm thinking this person, you know, this it doesn't have to be like any special day. Like, you know what? I'm thinking of this person right now. Let me just get something for her. You know what I'm saying? That I think that she would like. Right? Just because. Right?
But
and people might think that, and then that's when people say, you know, oh, that's monetary. That's monetary because you could afford to do it. No, it's not about just me affording to. It's me taking the time out even to do that.
The
in the
effort
first
to
place.
go.
The time and the effort. And that's my main thing. Time and effort. And when you have to work hard, that is time and effort. It's not about yes. It's not about this is money.
People, do you want to know what the things he's not a sentimental person. So the things he wants, I can't afford the little things.
What
You
are you talking about? Hold on. Sometimes I'm going to like those little stores. I can't say their names right now because they didn't pay me to say it. Like like I go to those little stores out there, and sometimes my shirts cost all $20. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I see you come up. Oh, this is for this person. 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 Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Hold on. It was for those people because I didn't just buy it out of the blue for those
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if
I wouldn't have bought it for them if I didn't.
If I'm buying a whole bunch of stuff, even if I'm going to say I'm going to a whole bunch of stuff, buying a whole bunch of stuff from Moon, I'm already considering, what is that? Probably like this. Like I'm already consider it like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
you understand I understand, but that's what it comes back to. You have, because babe, sometimes me going out there and buying myself through, and hold on.
You know what I just said, right? About those small stores, right? And I go in the same store.
Even for myself, babe. I went into that store, and why did I get the and you didn't take in the full story of why I even got those three t-shirts, because I picked them up for myself, and what did I do? What did I do?
Yes, we know about what you did with it.
I want you to be. I put them back.
Yes, we know.
Because it was too much money, and I said, you know what? I don't need the t-shirts, and I put them back.
There was a lot of things you buy you don't need. You do a lot of that.
Oh my God! See, you're skipping over why.
I'm saying that you.
Jerome, can you? But he's skipping over the
No,
whole
I'm not skipping
thing.
over saying you buy a lot of things.
You're not acknowledging that I put them back.
No,
I put them back because I didn't need them.
That's not.
And the only reason I ended up getting them, Jerome, let me tell this story. The time when he got in his feelings last week, I went to the store and there was 3 shirts for $20. I was picking up some birthday gifts, right? That's I wanted to buy birthday gifts, okay? And there was these 3 shirts, 3 for $20, right? Got the birthday gift. The girl rented the 3 t-shirts, and it came to a certain amount of money. And I said, you know what? I don't need these t-shirts. Put them back. I told her to put them back. Take them off the bill. She took them off the bill, but what the girl forgot to do was take them out the bag. So when I came home, I was telling him, I'm like, oh my God, babe, I was going to get these 3 shirts. Guess what happened? I was going to get these. I did not keep the shirt. I was going to get these. I didn't even realize because I didn't even look in the bag. It's only when I come home and I'm like, why are these shirts still in the bag?
That's convenient.
Right? But he's feeling away. Why didn't you get me 3 shirts? Why did you pick up shirts for me?
I said, why didn't you get me 3 shirts?
No,
I said, why didn't you get me 3 shirts?
No, he's like, you didn't pick up. You ever thought about getting shirts for me? I was even gonna buy them for myself.
Shirts.
I told the girl to put them back.
Shirt. I didn't say shirts. I say a shirt. You have to think about getting an A shirt for me.
But
you just admitted that a lot of time when you go places, you don't think about me and when you buy stuff. And you.
So wait, I don't get it. She just got the shirt. She just thought about getting the shirt.
No, it's not my shirts.
What was
there were women's shirts.
There were women's shirts.
Women's shirts are 3 for $20 now?
Yeah.
Sometimes they can.
But men's shirts are 3 for $22. A lot of men's shirts are 3 for $20. It's not only a women's shirt, but
I will do it more when it comes. I feel my nurturing side, babe. A lot of times it's like when I told you when I'm at the grocery store, I always think about you and my kids first before I even buy nothing for myself, and then whatever little scraps I have for lunch is what I have for lunch.
You don't really have scraps for lunch here,
but babe, I don't go out and specifically buy for myself. I will if I'll cook your lunch and take a little bit out of your lunch. Okay, I'll have that for my lunch.
First of all, my lunch is not that extensive.
Oh my God, you're not. See,
you know what I'm saying? That's not that. It's not that extensive. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing special. It's no gourmet, no super gourmet meal. I eat very, very simple.
That's not what I'm saying.
Very, very simple. I eat so simple. That's why you can share it, and you could have the same thing for lunch. So realistically, it's not. I was like,
not a big deal.
No, because
I cooked that because I know that that was a meal that you invented.
Like,
That's not something I would cook for myself.
No, listen. First of all, I am not a when it comes to like going out and grinding and eating. I'm not a picky eater. I'll eat. Yeah, you make this. I could eat the same thing for a month straight. One thing for a month straight and not complain about it. So that can't be picked. A month straight.
I never. But babe, what I'm saying is the way that I'm nurturing, right? The way that I show and those things go unnoticed because it's not like I will think about you. You not agree that?
Are you missing? I think you're missing the point.
No, would you not agree that the way I go think about you over myself or think about you all the time is like when it comes to like cooking or like food, like when it comes to like those things, like household things, like cooking, things like cook. I always say, babe, what do you want for dinner? You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to cook? I'll call you, babe. Did you eat? Are you hungry? Like that's how I show that I'm thinking about you. But you're like you don't care about that stuff. That doesn't.
So how do I show that I'm thinking about you?
You'll call me sometimes and you're like, oh babe, what are we gonna cook today? I'm like, oh babe, I'm rushing home, I have to do this, I have to do that. You know what, babe, don't worry. You'll say don't worry, babe, don't cook, we'll grab something to eat on the road. Yes.
And that's a lot of times. That's not like it's more.
But I'm not. But the difference between me and you is I'm acknowledging these things. Yeah. You don't acknowledge them. That's the difference.
But that's what you're saying. But what you're saying is, so you're bringing the cooking scenario in this equation and saying that this is how. But mind you, but at the same time, I'm also accommodating like that too as well when it comes to cooking and making sure that you don't have to cook this and making sure that you guys are eating something and make sure that you guys are eating different things.
Are you appreciating the fact that I go to work and then I come home and I'm doing all these things again? That's what I feel like. That's what you don't. It's not like I'm at home cooking. Like that's what I do. I wake up in the morning. I wake up early to cook your lunch to make sure you have a lunch, or stay up late to make sure you have a lunch. Go to work, come home, and start all over again. And that's what that's why I asked you about the traditional gender roles. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you don't see that as a big deal.
Would you not want? Would you? So you would not want to work. You wanted to stay home and.
I would have no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
And you would have gourmet meals. You're talking about it's not a big. What you eat is not picky. You would have gourmet meals. Babe, don't you remember when I was even at maternity leave, staying at home? Mm. Dinner used to be cooked by 12 o'clock. I'm not a lazy person. You can't ever say I was a girl that was staying home doing nothing. I have pictures in my phone. I used to cook you dinner. I used to clean, cook, wake up, make your lunch, everything. But it wasn't it wasn't your simple what I'm cooking now because it's quick for me to do. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. What I was packing you for lunch before. Your dinner used to come home. It wasn't, babe, stop. Your dinner used to be cooked from 12 o'clock. I have pictures. Aki and saltfish dumpling, 3 different meals cooked. I used to take Moon on. I even have a car. I used to push Moon in the stroller, walk to Walmart, and then walk to Apple, all in a stroller, pushing, getting your lunch, shit together. That was
your exercise.
But I'm just saying, babe.
Yeah, that was your exercise. But listen what I'm saying, right? And the reason why, because let me tell you this, right? Do you think that that's something that every woman is doing? That's something you're doing because you feel as if that I deserve that. Because I don't think that's, you might say like, okay, there's something that you're tradition, but not every woman is not going to get up and do that. Like,
babe, even when I felt like you didn't deserve it, I still did it.
Like that's
just how I am.
Even when you tell yourself that I don't deserve it, you still know I deserve it. That's just a fact. That's the fact. Because at the end of the day, you are always
okay. Let me say, sometimes I can't stand you, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah, but a lot of time when
because that's just how I am. I'm a nurturing person. I'm a nurturing, caring, naturally nurturing person.
But aren't you taking care of it? Do you think that you're taking care of it?
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about appreciation, and that's the thing. I have no issue.
So you don't think appreciation come from taking care of somebody? That's how you show you appreciate them.
But you don't. But sometimes I want to be appreciated for the little things too. But when I say that, I'm like, babe, okay, for example, you came in today. I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning, the same time you got up. You probably woke up, yes, opened your eyes a little bit early. You got out of the couch.
You roll off when
you got up.
When I'm coming downstairs, dressed and everything, you roll.
That's
roll
not
up.
true.
Yes.
Babe, that's not what. Can I
When
tell you what
I was
happened?
coming out the bathroom, you came?
Yes, babe. I was upstairs folding clothes.
When
You went upstairs into the bathroom, I was in the room folding clothes. And remember, you came out the bathroom and I said, "Babe, do you want me to make you breakfast?" You don't have a good memory. Do you remember that?
What I'm remember,
But you
I'm
said
saying,
it wrong
when I
when
came
you
out,
came
when I
downstairs
came out, when I
dressed.
came out, the bathroom.
When you went upstairs, I went upstairs too.
When I came out the bathroom, you just rolled.
That's
out
not true. When you went upstairs and went into the bathroom, I came up right behind you. And you went into the bathroom and I was in the room
So
folding clothes.
you weren't coming from the
No.
I thought you were coming from the couch.
The couch, no, babe. When you went into the bathroom, I was folding clothes
So
in the room.
I seen you with your eyes open
No.
like that, but I rolled off and you're still laying there.
No, babe. I woke up. When you woke up, I woke up. Oh, mom's here. Jeez.
No, she's not there. No.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Yeah, she leave her Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Oh. Hold on, when we're video seeing. You want to be on video? Thank you.
How we bring Kian for?
Thank you. Thank you. See, none for you, babe.
You see it? You see it?
You always get left out. You're coming in the video? Okay, we're having a get. Yes.
Oh, God.
It's okay, Jerome. It's okay.
No.
How long has that one?
No, hold on. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, it's been an hour.
There's one thing I wanted to say, and I think I see what the problem is, because Rika, her thing is that she okay, so her love language is that she's displaying right now, that she's talking about and cooking for you and all this stuff in the morning,
Right.
is acts of service.
Mm.
Yeah.
And she's trying to show you acts of service and then give that to you for your love language. But I think
That's not how he receives it.
that's not how he receives it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say. People give it and receive it in different ways.
Yeah, so what he's saying, but he talked about gifts earlier. Why can't I get gifts like this? I think his love language is receiving.
It's receiving, yeah. And that's why he gives it, because that's his love language. That's why he does it, yeah.
He's trying to receive. I think he really wants to receive gifts more than things. Because if you
I know.
don't give someone their love language the way they receive it, they don't think
Exactly.
that they're showing love to you. So like if you're say, okay, even if their love language is an act, if you tell someone you love them, but their love language isn't words of affirmation, they're not gonna feel like you love them.
I
Just
know.
because they're not.
And that's why I brought up at the beginning that the way that you show love is not how everybody receives it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I said you get in your feelings, right? When you're giving people gifts, and then they're not appreciating it when they get it back, and because that's not how they receive the love. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they appreciate it. Yes, everybody likes getting gifts, but it's like, okay, but I didn't ask you to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that's not how they receive love, babe.
Exactly.
But that's not how they receive it. You might have their love language is
It's
their
true,
love
but you know
language is
But you know the thing is.
different.
But you know the thing is.
Mom, if you're gonna talk on the phone, go inside.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah. And it's not that people don't appreciate it, but it's like,
No, but it is that they don't. Cause you see exactly what you just said just now, Jerome. You heard exactly what she said.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't say you to buy me that.
Right.
Right. So I didn't tell you, but and the funny thing is, somebody else could buy them a gift, and even if it's expensive or not, they would appreciate it more from somebody else based on how their perception of that person is.
So the person that they're receiving it from makes a difference.
It does make a difference. It makes a huge difference. I've noticed that it makes a huge difference because with people, I find out with people, like, if you're not, like, when you're in their face all the time and they see you all the time, people don't appreciate you when they're in your face all the time, right? But when you're away, you're away from them. You're like a separate. You're a separate entity from them. Where something that you guys have to go and spend time, like, once in a while, and you know what I'm saying. It's like foreign. You know what I'm saying? It seems extra special because it's just a foreign thing, and you go see like, oh my God, and then that person gets like, oh my God, it seems great, right? But
Are you
but,
who are you? What dynamics are you referring to? Like parent-child dynamic?
no,
or-
I'm talking about with anybody. Anybody. It's not just.
I'm just asking.
It's with anybody. It's anybody. It's just like when people, even people listen
Take for
to
granted.
people take for granted things that's in front of them, right?
No.
And that's one thing with me. Like, I understand. I don't take. I take care of the things that's in front of me. I take care of the things that's in front of me.
Hey. Yeah, no, we're still doing it. You're on camera right now.
Are you
I
actually-
gotta
are you
call you
actually-
back.
Are you actually talking to me
Come,
around the
just
question?
come. Bye.
Or is she?
It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yeah, people don't appreciate the people that's with them, like it's in front of their face, right? Because there's no it's almost like there's no magic in that, right? The magic is the people that they don't know, that don't really know, and that don't really they don't spend that time, all that time with, because all that time you're spending, people get like they get like
Demoritis.
like demoritis, like you know what I'm saying? Like you're around them all the time, it's just like you do something, they're like
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But if somebody else would do something even lesser, that's more. But
Can I ask you a question, babe?
It's huge. It's huge.
Okay, can I-
It's huge. No, hold on. It's huge for them, because it's just like when somebody, like a lot of people, like even when people are artists, right? Somebody could be an artist, right? And you know that person, and you hear Drake talk about it all the time, right? Like Drake was like he has in his album when he's like, oh well, this, I had this girl right here, and this girl used to tell me I'm not as good as that guy, right? This guy is even better, right? But there's other people that don't know him, right? That are looking at him like, oh my God, like you're amazing, right? But the people that are around him, they don't look at him like that.
That's why you ever see the thing where it says if you want to be successful, go somewhere that people don't know you.
Exactly.
Or if you want to be appreciated, go somewhere that you
Exactly. If you want to be appreciated, you gotta be people that don't really like know you.
Yeah.
That's the only way you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, then they just take all that for granted. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm never one of those people that I don't suffer from that problem. Like if like I place value in people that's there for me, right? And place value in people that's there for me, and I'm loyal to people that's there for me. Like I want to show them, like, and they might say like this is a love language, but if I feel as if that this is something that you actually wanted for yourself, right? And it's just, I would try to make a point to do that for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which many people will not, and people don't even notice this. People don't even notice that there's other people, they won't go out of their way to do it because they're not willing to work as hard or really put themselves out in any position in order to get you what you want, because that's gonna put them out of their lifestyle and how they're living. Nobody's willing to do that.
Yeah.
Nobody's willing to step out of their comfort zone to make you happy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. It's stepping out of, it's not monetary. It's stepping out of your comfort zone in order to make you happy.
If people want to become.
And people, you understand? So if I'm already comfortable over here, why the hell am I gonna step out of my comfort zone just to make you happy? I'm fine. I'll just give you something. Yeah, fine. There you go. Like, go ahead. Sure. And that's it. And they'll move on. But then the other person on the other side, they're looking at they're not seeing how that person's receiving that, and they might say, okay, yeah, that's your love language. You know what I'm saying? I don't put emphasis on that as realistically like a love language. It's more, like I said, it's more appreciation, because I understand that people don't put appreciation in people that are around them. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. They put a lot of appreciation on people that are
less attainable.
Because it's less
attainable.
It's elsewhere.
If anything, it might. Well, maybe this doesn't make any sense, but if those are the type of people you're talking about, then those type of people don't have the love language of quality time.
Babe, do you feel like I appreciate you?
I think sometimes you do you like I said, you show your ways how to appreciate, but you got to think about this too as well, right? And this is not like no smudge off, because this is how you naturally are. From something how you naturally are. That's not stepping out of your comfort zone. You get what I'm saying? It's not stepping out of your comfort zone. It's just how you naturally are. So this is natural to you to make home and all these other things. You understand what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's not. But you understand? You hear what I'm saying, Joe? Like I feel like I'm not speaking English right now. Right now, because she's gonna feel offended by it, because I say like, listen, this is naturally.
I wouldn't do, but no, babe, I don't have to do these things. Yes, I'm a nurturing person, and that's one of the reasons. Hold on, I'm a nurturing person. That's one of the reasons you like me, but you don't appreciate it. You think, oh, that's just how you are.
You don't have to.
That's just showing you. Babe, no one has to do anything. We always say that. Nobody has to do anything except be black and die. You don't have to do anything that you do. I don't have to do anything that I do. Right? But we do these things because we love each other, and we want. I want you to come home and have a nice meal on the stove. I want you to come upstairs, and it feels good to me when you don't have to ask me for all your clothes is clean. Those things feel good for me to do for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I listen. Yes, I do understand that. I do understand it, but let me ask you a question. Are there sometimes where I come to and I say like, listen,
yeah, because
this is not like, why is this not done over here?
Because you don't appreciate the fact that I'm not a stay-at-home. I'm not gonna say to you, I don't just stay at home all day and cook and clean. I go outside, we work. I bring Moon to soccer. I do all the things. I bring Moon to soccer. I do all. I don't bring Moon to soccer.
You alone bring Moon to soccer?
I never said that. I never said me alone.
Okay.
But I'm not staying at home. But what you're sitting down.
What you're saying is this: I have to bring Moon to soccer as well, and I have to.
You don't have to, babe. You don't have to.
No. Wait.
You know, I will always do it. You come because you want to be there, but you don't have to do it.
And I put myself in a position so I can do these things. So
like if one day you say I'm gonna, babe, the other day you said, you know, babe, I want to be there when we talk about. I have to work late. I can't. No, I say no problem, babe. I got this. You do it. Don't worry about it.
That's once in a while.
That's not the point.
That's once in a while.
That's not the point.
That's once in a while.
But that falls on me. That's my responsibility. If I don't bring Moon to soccer, then I have to. That's my responsibility. You know that if you don't do it, I'm always gonna do it, Mom. Like, oh God. All right, the podcast is over. Welcome to that wraps up. You have. She did. She came here. Swapping to me. What happened to me? But see, this is the thing. No. But see, this is the thing. Women are expected to do it, but when a man does it, they're they're such a good father. Women are expected to be a mother. Women are expected to cook, to clean. Women are expected to take kids to soccer, and that's no problem. I don't mind. Listen, just let me finish.
They're expected?
Yes. See how Mom right there? Mom, she sees me. Hold on. Let me finish.
She's talking about traditional.
Yes, but that's my point. That was really my whole point when it came to these traditional gender roles, right? Women are expected to do these things. Nobody looks at them and gives them praise. Oh my God, great job. You picked up the kids from daycare today. You know what I'm saying? But if a dad, oh wow, he picks up the kids from daycare every day, he's such a good dad. Do you understand the difference? Hold on.
You're saying men get more points.
Yes, when they do things that they're supposed to be doing. They're dads. Men
don't get points?
Do you not? This is the perfect, babe. I never said points. I never said that. He said, babe. But what am I trying? No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Don't be defensive. Listen to what I'm saying. And I'm not saying you don't. Yes, you are an amazing dad. One of the reasons that I love you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. But women are expected to do those things, and they get no praises. Yeah, you're a mom. Yeah, you're supposed to do those things. Yeah, you're supposed to pick up the kids.
Don't get praises.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. These are things women are expected to do because they're moms, right? But if a dad does these things...
Does what things?
If a dad is... That's okay, for example, the other day we're at soccer, right? And a dad... the other dad that's there with the kids, the guy with the dreads, right? He was there. And Mel turned around and said, oh, he's a good dad. He's a really good dad. He's always there with the kids. You know what I'm saying? You think they're gonna turn around and say that about a mom? There's moms that are there with the kids. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say no. A mom's just like that's what moms do. Bring their kids to the soccer. You know what I'm saying? But because they only see the dad, you notice it. You know what I'm saying? When it's more noticed when a man does these things. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
You know what? Do you know why it's more noticed though?
Why?
And I'm asking, do you know why it's more noticed?
Why?
Because typically a lot of men, they have
Don't do what they're supposed to do.
No. There's a lot of men. No, there's a lot of men that don't do what they're supposed to, and there's a lot of men that work longer hours.
God, I can't.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Why?
Okay, let me ask you.
Why?
No, hold on one second.
Why?
Say like a job like Jerome. Jerome has to work.
Only men do these jobs.
Hold on a second.
Men have jobs that work long hours.
Yes, but it's not only that. I'm saying that I'm making a point right now. Making a point. Jerome has a job that he has to work from 7 until maybe 7 in the night or 12 in the night, right? Something like even 12 in the night. Long hours. At what point? And he has a child right now. At what point, right? At what point would he have the time? Because what he has the monetary means in order to, you know what? I'm gonna send this because realistically, if I don't pay for Moon to go to soccer, she doesn't go to soccer. If I don't pay the Moon to go to swimming, she doesn't swim. So if I don't pay for these things, you don't even have to go. You don't even go, period. That's the main point of it. You don't go, period. Because you understand what I'm saying? You're not gonna get in the car and do and
I had a child without a father, and Raheem did soccer, he did swimming, he did all the things. So.
Listen, I
don't know what you're trying to say.
I don't know about all that, but I'm saying this.
You're trying to say if Moon, if Moon wasn't here, she wouldn't be in soccer. Is that what you're trying to say? If you weren't in Moon Life, I wouldn't have run any curricular. Was my child that was not have a father? Were they not in the extracurricular activities?
You mean exactly.
No.
Before I met you?
Let me.
Before I met you.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Before I met you, even when I met you.
Were they not an extracurricular before you? What?
Okay. Let me. There's a difference. Don't let me talk to things right now. I don't want to listen. There's a difference.
Anyways, cut the camera.
Listen, there's a difference.
Okay.
Because when it comes to soccer games and practices and all this other kind of stuff, because Moon does not only just go to soccer. It's not like she just goes to soccer to school and goes to soccer. No, she has training that she has to go to. This is actually official set. She has to go to training, and somebody has to pay for that training. And
yeah,
training,
you do what you're supposed to do as a dad.
Hold on, I'm not saying that. And training is a completely different.
Good job, babe.
No, I'm not asking for a pat. I'm saying training is completely different from her going to soccer. Period.
Good job.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm there at the training, and I'm there also at soccer at the soccer games too as well.
I think what he's trying to say is because even if some kids go to soccer or go to everything, and it's just a casual thing, and it doesn't mean it. It's not that it doesn't mean as much, but you don't get anything out of it. So I guess he's saying that he's trying to make sure she gets something out of it with the extra training, because sometimes the coach doesn't give a shit.
Exactly. Most of the time they don't give a shit, right? So I want to make sure that if she's gonna play soccer, she has her best foot forward to play soccer.
Right.
She has some kind of training so she doesn't go there looking any kind of ways, right? I wanted to have some kind of, not only that, for her to understand work ethic, what it takes in order to play the sports, or even to understand the sports somewhat, right? Not everybody is gonna do it, because it takes a lot of money to do that, bro. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, bro. It's not cheap. No one person with no meager job. If you're making $60,000 a year, you're not doing that. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
None of this other stuff is happening, because there's other things that go with it. And when they have to start going to when they have to start, listen, and Moon's in 2 different things. She is even in flag football. When they start going to have to travel, then you're starting to talk about more money. You're talking about more money. You have to pay for hotels. And who's paying for all? Where's that coming from?
So
it's not coming from the air, and plus you want to be a father. You're gonna want to be a father that's still gonna be there at the same time, and that means you have to also pay for yourself too, and your significant other too as well. So you have all these things encompassing that you have to take care of. It's not just one. It's not just you yourself, because now you're not even thinking about yourself anymore. It's not about me anymore. It's about the kids and about her and everything else around it. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So me going out and putting that extra work effort in it, it's not for me. Because if it was for me, I wouldn't have to work so hard.
But you know what, babe? The difference between, I feel like just the difference is I appreciate everything that you do, but I don't feel like you appreciate all the things that I do. Because I don't think like you don't. I don't feel like it holds like I never say I always show you different ways that I appreciate you. I always say I appreciate you, but you will find a way to diminish what I do.
No. Undermine what you do, you mean? I don't think I
Diminish.
like I said, I don't undermine what you do because like I said, I would go out with you, right? I will go out with you, and if you see something that you love, I will make it a point to make sure that you have.
But that. You know what, babe? You did that for me. You did those things for me even before even before I had kids for you. You always did those things for me.
What does that say though?
But that's my point. It's not because you see me being a good mom or cooking you. That's just how you are.
No, that's not true. That's not.
But I just made the point. You did those things before we lived together or before we had kids.
But let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. But let me ask you a question. No.
I think I know what it is.
No. But can I tell you? No, hold on. Before I finish that. Merika was always a good girl as long as I know her. Like I understand. I've been around women. I know the difference between a good woman and a woman that's. You understand? I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm not like Willy Lunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go out of my way for somebody that I know is not gonna do that. Because Merika, she's came to mom's restaurant. She's done many things, right? She bought gifts. She bought gifts for me. And if she's buying gifts for me, I'm like, you know what? I'll get her something too. Because she's bought lots of gifts for me, right? To meet me and let me know that she's thinking about me, right? So those things I appreciate. Even before it was my birthday or anything like that. It doesn't have to be my birthday. See, babe, I'm thinking about you. Get this. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, and that's my point. That's my point. When I had the means, I would do those things. But now that I don't have the means, I try to show it in other ways.
But what I'm saying to her is this. She's saying that I would see her go out and buy things for herself, and she will not buy me nothing. That's my point I'm making. She will go out and buy things for herself and not buy me nothing. Not even a shirt. The only time she will buy me something is if it's actually my birthday or it's actually some kind of day that
because the way my banking is set up, it's either am I gonna buy nothing for myself then?
But you don't hear what I'm saying. But you know what? That's
or go in and buy you food.
Can I tell you why that's absolute nonsense? Why? Because you have so much clothes and so much shoes, you don't even need another pair of shoes. You don't even.
What about you?
Listen, what do you mean? You think I have more shoes than you?
Yes.
My God, stop this. Listen.
Because you want to know why? This shoe costs $10. Can you buy a pair of shoes for $10 right now?
But yes, but how many?
But my point is, women. You always say that women's stuff is so much cheaper than men's stuff.
But how many $10 shoes you have?
That doesn't matter. That's why I have more. Because my 10 of these will add up to your one.
But that's the reason why. Like we go back to. That's the reason why I would go out. I will go out and get her something. Like if she says she buys $10 shoes all the time. So even with all these $10, $20 shoes that.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I go buy it all the time. I said the reason that I have more shoes for you than you is because women's shoes
so let me ask, are they do you only have $10 shoes?
No, I don't.
You don't. That's what I'm saying. But you're talking like you only have $10 shoes. You have a lot of shoes. That's not $10. Right? The other day when we thought that you had it was that the way you call it what do we call it? The bogus force.
Oh, the bootleg.
The bootleg. What's he call it?
The four is mixed with the threes.
The four is mixed with the threes. Because I thought I'm looking at them. You're like, oh, these are nice, right? I waited until you even left in order to get the shoes. You didn't know.
He does little things. I did know though, but
you didn't know. But I'm saying that
I didn't ask you.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So see.
All right, guys.
We got to wrap up.
See, I have another job that I don't get paid for. I see.
So get paid for what? You get paid for my job. My job gets paid all the time.
I do lots of things. I do lots of things.
Lots of things. Like lots of things. Like what? Like what?
All right, guys. Well, that was episode 2 of the. Thank you for watching episode 2 of the. Sometimes I can't stand your podcast.
Can't stand your ass.
Podcast.
Yeah. So Until next time. Right?
Yep.
We have anything you wanna say, like outro you wanna do?
An outro? I didn't think of an outro yet.
Anything about outro?
No. We should what is one thing you're grateful for? What name one reason you appreciate me? He's
Go on to my business.
rude.
Next week.
Peace.